Season. This is the City of Detroit versus Brandon Michael Green, case number SP 180390011. Appearance for the record, please.
May it please the court, Basil Johnson II on behalf of Mr. Green. He's on Zoom.
Good morning to you, Mr. Green. State your name for the record, please.
Good morning, Judge. Brandon Michael Green.
Very good. Good morning to you, Mr. Johnson. What's the set for?
Pre-trial.
You want a trial date?
He wants to take the resolution to the 6-month delay.
He doesn't want to. He doesn't want to fight, huh?
No,
He
sir.
He has no fight in him, huh?
He's got some fight though.
I don't see it. No fight in you, huh, Mr. Green?
I got fight in me. Just can't win them all.
You want a trial date then? If you want a trial date, or you want to go just take the deal. This deal is run of the mill.
I'm gonna take the deal.
You can get that all day, every day. Raise your right hand, sir. Do you have any money? Let me ask you that.
Yeah, I got money.
All right, raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm, tell the truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth?
Yes, Judge.
You can put your hand down. Do you understand the maximum possible penalty for this offense is 93 days in jail and or $500 in fines?
Yes.
Do you understand that you have an absolute right to a trial?
Yes, Judge.
Mr. Johnson went over your other advice or rights in the breakout room, did he not?
Yes.
And you understood those rights?
Yes.
Any questions about those rights?
No.
Do you know by taking the deal you're going to give those rights up?
Yes.
And anybody offer you anything other than what's been stated in the record?
No.
I'm going to ask you one last time. Do you want a trial date or you want to take the deal?
Take the deal.
October 6, 2025 at around 12:06 a.m. in the city of Detroit near Grand River and Griswold. What's over there? Were you over there around that date and that time?
Yes, Judge. I was over there with some friends at a bar.
And at a bar. And all I see is trespassing at 200 Grand River, Mr. Johnson.
Yes, Your Honor. Same here.
Well, he's at a bar. How does it get to be trespassing, Mr. Green?
We're in the area later than we're supposed to be. I was waiting on some friends.
What?
I was waiting on some friends in the area later than we were supposed to be.
Later than what you're supposed to be. What are you're not a juvenile, are you?
No, sir. I was with some friends at a bar, and it was just they were like rowdy and stuff, so they asked us to leave, so I was just waiting on some friends in the area, and yeah, that's what happened.
It's just I'm getting little pieces. He's not really coming clean.
I was in the area with some friends at a bar, and they were rowdy, so they asked us to leave. So I waited outside for the friends, and they asked me to leave, but I stayed in the area to wait on the friends that were still in the bar. So
how is that trespassing, Mr. Johnson?
Well, because they called the cops and said I was still in the area after they asked me to leave.
I don't care what they did. So they're telling you can't stand out at 200 Grand River where they own the street and sidewalk and everything?
Well, in front of the establishment, I guess. I don't know. I guess they felt
you
like
don't even know, do you?
I don't know. I guess they
felt I was
pleading
guilty just to plead guilty, huh?
No, I just
say that, Judge.
Right, Mr. Johnson?
Not for Mr. Green, no.
Well, how he can't stand out in front of he left the establishment, didn't he?
I'm not sure at what point he was asked to leave. He might have been inside and he was still inside, and then he was still outside, something like that.
Well, this is what I'm asking him. This is what I'm asking him. Did he said that he's in there. They got rowdy. They asked him to leave. He went outside and he stayed in front of the building and waited on his friends. That's what I heard him say.
Yes, Judge.
I heard that correctly.
Yes, Judge.
So yes, the question is, do they own all of that to make you be able to get off the sidewalk? Who owns that?
I don't know. I believe I'm under the impression they called the cops while we were still in there, and as I got outside and was still waiting around,
See what
that's
I'm
when
saying? You don't even know.
I don't know the whole thing. I mean, I'm just going based off what I think. I think they called them while we were in there. I came outside. Moments later, they showed up.
And this is why I'm saying, Mr. Johnson, I don't know if you can't help him voir dire him better than that. I don't know if I don't know if I don't hear what I don't hear is any trespassing illegality.
You mind if can I go into a breakout room later with them?
Yeah, go into a breakout room later with him.
All right, so Mr. Berry, Mr. Oliver, I told him, you know, I get Mr. Oliver just with just a half page, almost more than a page and a half of tickets. You see that? And how old are you? You're only 28 years old. And I try to tell them, and most of it, I'm want him to get his stuff straight so he can get a valid driver's license. But I told him the next time he gets some tickets, he's gonna go to jail. Now he comes back in here and he just tries it. Yes. Yes. And the one particular thing I don't like, and I know there are allegations right now, but one allegation is he's going 16 to 20 miles an hour over the speed limit. Now, I don't know about you, but if I didn't have a driver's license and for some reason was just had to drive and break the law, I wouldn't be doing it and drawing attention to myself going 16 to 20 over speed. I did look at his allegations. Some of them aren't allegations because they've already been gone into default, so that admits responsibility. To his credit, I only see just a few out of all these pages moving violations. And it's more than enough. Failure to stop, disregard of traffic control device, failure to stop, unsafe manner. That speeding ticket is still an allegation. So, and you had supposed to go to work today? What time? Where do you work? And how do you plan on getting there? All right, outside. Did you ever ask for an attorney? I thought he was my attorney.
I need him to speak up much louder.
Yeah, I thought he was my attorney. Yeah, well, he's only here just, you know, with all these tickets. He you know, he can do it. He's a very good attorney, but you have this false ID case. Do you have, how much money do you have on? Right now, probably like $300.
What was the amount, sir?
Like 300 and some change. Do you have tickets in other jurisdictions? Yes, the other jurisdictions I called, one of them wanted me to turn myself in. And what jurisdiction is that? I want to say, and I called Warren. They said that they was gonna call me back to schedule the court. Yeah, I had one more somewhere else. I think they want me to turn myself in or pay $325, something like that. But I was gonna turn myself in with them, but I didn't know how it goes, so I had to court date, so I didn't know that. When do you plan on turning yourself in? I'm going to do it after I do all this. We're gonna do it before then.
We have 3 other courthouses, right? Warren, Farmington Hills, the same place, so she's all over the tri-county area everywhere. Getting tickets. All going to work. Every time you go to work, you get stopped, huh? All right, I'm trying to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One, 2, 3, 4, 5 times 45. 5. $225. I need you to go downstairs. Ms. Mathis, I'm gonna allow him to pay these reinstatement fees up front. So what's gonna happen with these reinstatement fees? It's 5 of them that I count. Now, you're gonna, with the understanding that you're gonna pay all these tickets off at some point. What I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna allow you to pay these reinstatement fees up front. Nobody else is gonna do this for you. I guarantee you that. We're trying to make sure you get a valid license, sir. And stop me. If that 225 downstairs, once Ms. Mathis gets this in the system and pay these fees up front, we'll get you clearances here, I believe. I don't know whether this false ID is I'm gonna appoint you an attorney. Somebody can take a nice, long, hard look at this, but Mr. Berry doesn't have the benefit of doing that because he sees you right now and he's expecting you to make a deal or get you trial date. I think I have them all. Except P174, he doesn't, I will set that default aside. The city has no objection. He can be heard on that. The ones that are years old, and we're not gonna do anything with those. All right. I'm gonna I need a good phone number from you.
313-762-3255.
I'm gonna have an appointed attorney call you. 762-3255. I'm gonna set another pre-trial date for January the 16th, 2026. Please don't try me again. All right. January 16th, 2026. Ms. Mathis is gonna give you some paperwork, go down there and pay for that stuff. Make sure you come back up and show Ms. Mathis the paperwork so she can let me know you paid. And then you'll have clearances here. You need to go to the Secretary of State. When you go to the Secretary of State, you can ask them and you can make sure that there's all those things have been cleared. It might have those other issues on there but it shouldn't have anything from the city of Detroit. If it does, then you bring that paperwork back in, or have it on Zoom. If you get another ticket, just come on back in. All right? And don't bring your work coat, because they'll have some clothes for you. All right? All right, Mr.
And this right here is where the courtroom story really comes together. What we just witnessed wasn't just another routine traffic hearing, it was actually a powerful snapshot of how judges balance accountability, fairness, and second chances inside a busy municipal courtroom. Let's rewind the key moments. First, we saw the judge challenge the trespassing case involving Brandon Green. At first glance, it seemed simple, a defendant ready to plead guilty just to get the situation over with, and believe it or not, that happens all the time in lower courts. Many defendants choose the quickest way out rather than fighting a case that might cost them time, money, or stress. But the judge wasn't satisfied with that. Instead of simply accepting the plea, the judge paused the entire process and asked a critical legal question: was this actually trespassing? Because according to the defendant's own explanation, he had already left the building and was standing outside on the sidewalk waiting for friends. Now here's why that matters legally. Trespassing usually requires a person to remain on property after being clearly told to leave by someone with authority over that property. If the defendant was truly standing on a public sidewalk, not on private property, then the legal basis for trespassing becomes very questionable. So the judge did something important. He refused to rush a guilty plea when the facts didn't clearly support the charge. That moment shows something many viewers don't realize about courtroom procedure. Judges aren't just referees. They're also guardians of due process, and sometimes that means slowing things down when something doesn't add up. But then the courtroom energy shifted dramatically when the next defendant stepped forward, Mr. Oliver. And the judge immediately noticed something alarming, page after page of traffic violations. We're not talking about 1 or 2 tickets here. The judge was looking at multiple pages of citations accumulated over time, many tied to driving without a valid license. Now imagine the judge's perspective for a moment. A 28-year-old defendant standing in court with dozens of tickets across multiple jurisdictions, still driving without a license, and, according to allegations, even speeding 16 to 20 miles per hour over the limit while doing it. That's exactly the kind of behavior that draws law enforcement attention instantly. And the judge made that point crystal clear. If someone is already taking the risk of driving without a license, speeding dramatically only increases the chances of being stopped and the legal consequences that follow. But here's where the story becomes interesting. Instead of immediately escalating punishment, the judge chose a different approach: intervention and opportunity. Rather than sending Mr. Oliver straight down the path toward jail, the judge worked through a solution that could potentially help him fix the root problem: getting his license situation cleaned up and resolving reinstatement fees. That decision reflects something important about how many judges handle repeat traffic offenders. The goal isn't always immediate punishment. Sometimes it's forcing the person onto a path that finally resolves the cycle of violations. However, the warning was unmistakable. This was clearly the final warning moment. The judge essentially told Mr. Oliver, if you come back again with more tickets after being given this opportunity, the consequences will likely be far more severe. And that's the line courts often draw between someone who is trying to fix their situation and someone who continues ignoring the law. So, what can we take away from this entire hearing? First, pleading guilty isn't always the best or easiest option, especially if the legal basis of the charge is unclear. Judges sometimes step in to ensure defendants understand exactly what they're admitting to. Second, repeated traffic violations might seem minor individually, but when they stack up, they create a pattern that courts take very seriously. And finally, the courtroom often becomes a place where one last chance is given before the consequences escalate dramatically. Now we want to hear from you. Do you think the judge handled these situations fairly? Should Mr. Oliver have faced immediate jail time because of his long record of tickets? Or was the judge right to give him one final opportunity to fix the problem before things get worse? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, because these courtroom decisions spark some of the most interesting debates about justice and responsibility. And if you found this case as intense and eye-opening as we did, make sure to hit that like button, share this video with someone who loves real courtroom drama, and don't forget to subscribe for more jaw-dropping courtroom breakdowns every week. Trust us, the next case might be even crazier.